According to Mercedes-Benz, the Metris Getaway or Weekender van will turn your daily drive into a daily adventure. Built by Driverge Vehicle Innovations in partnership with Peace Vans, the Metris Getaway van draws inspiration from glorious camper vans of the past while incorporating the latest safety, reliability, and convenience features. It's taking the pop-top van to new heights. Whether running errands in the morning or exploring the backcountry in the evening, the Metris Getaway van handles it all, with plenty of room for the family, extra space for everything life demands, and enough functionality for every situation. You'll be ready for everyday life, whatever that looks like for you.
Today, we're working with our friends at Sears Imported Autos, selling beautiful Mercedes-Benz in Minnetonka, Minnesota.
This is the 2021 Mercedes-Benz Metris Getaway van, and it is presented here in granite green, and it has a black MB text leatherette interior. Now, pricing for the standard Metris van is $44,362. This van with the Driverge Camper package has a current market price of $77,495. Now, it is powered by a 2-liter direct injection turbocharged 16-valve inline 4-cylinder engine with 10.3-to-1 compression, and it produces 208 horsepower with 258 pound-feet of torque, and it's driven by a 9G-tronic 9-speed automatic transmission, and it has rear-wheel drive. Taking a look out front, this is a matte black grille with the chrome Mercedes-Benz star, and it has auto on-off aero composite halogen headlights and daytime running lights, no LEDs there, and it does have the delay off and on function. This is a body colored front bumper, and up top is a laminated front windscreen with heat insulating glass with a heated windscreen washer system, which heats the washer fluid to keep it from freezing up in the wintertime. And it also does have rain sensing automatic windshield wipers. Okay, along the side we do have 10-spoke light alloyed colored wheels, and they are wrapped in 235/60R16 all-season tires. And it does have full-wheel ABS with driveline traction control with 11.8-inch front vented rotors and the 11-inch solid rear rotors. Now, it is a four-wheel independent suspension with front anti-roll bar and coil springs, and out back is a rear trailing arm with coil springs. It also has electric power assist steering and a 3.47 rear axle ratio. And these are matte black heated and electrically adjustable exterior mirrors, and it has matte black door handles, and it has the black belt line and window trim as well. Now, the side doors open electrically, and the openings are 36.5 inches wide and 51.5 inches tall, with a very short step-in of only 14 inches. Now, the second and third row windows are fixed in place and tinted for privacy, and up top there are black roof rack rails, and you see the awning on the side of this camper that isn't extra, but it does come with the driver's package, and you get a nice size covered outside area to enjoy the great outdoors. And of course, above that, well, that's the big cool pop-up sleeping area built into this camper. Really cool. Let's take a look around the back. Okay, around the back you see it does have the LED third high mount brake light, and it does have a rear view camera as well. Now, this is a fixed tailgate window, so it doesn't open separately, but it does have the intermittent window wiper washer, and it is defroster as well. And you see the Mercedes-Benz star, the Driverge, and the Metris badging, and these are incandescent rear brake and taillights. Now, below that is a body colored rear step bumper with reflectors and a black step plate, and below that is a 2-inch receiver hitch, and tucked under the body is the single outlet stainless steel exhaust. Now let's talk about cargo. Well, the Metris Getaway, and this is not a powered liftgate, the Metris Getaway is the first daily driver pop-up camper conversion van. The completely renovated interior comfortably sleeps 4 and features the pop-up roof with a bed providing up to 78 inches of clearance in the roomy interior. Now there is also a built-in table plus swivel driver and passenger seats to allow up to 5 passengers to sit at that table and use it for, I don't know, meals or game time and much more. And we'll show you that in just a little bit. Now, some of the additional Getaway van features and options include the elevated roof with integrated spring system, sleeping area for 2 with the 2-inch mattress, which this does, USB charging ports in the upper sleeping area, additional storage space throughout the elegantly finished interior, a rear bench seat that converts to a bed to sleep 2 more people, and tow rating of 5,000 pounds and many standard Metris safety and tech features. Some of the optional features include roof racks, which would go on top of the actual pop-up roof, the retractable pull-out slide awning, which this one does have, and integrated solar panels. Now, despite the Getaway van's many advantages, you shouldn't overlook one glaring one that I found, and I thought it was really interesting, kind of a disadvantage. Though this camper van does seat 5 people, well, it only sleeps 4. So that means with a full carload, at the end of the day, somebody must set up a tent outside. Now, let's get back to talking about the cargo volume. Cargo volume behind the first row, if there was nothing in here with the seats and it was just completely open, would be 182 cubic feet. Cargo length to the first row, from the first row to the sill, is 105.4 inches. Cargo length to the second row, with the second row seats pushed all the way forward, length to the sill is 62.5 inches. Cargo area width at the belt line is 66.3 inches. Cargo area width between the wheel houses is 50 inches. Now, the cargo opening height from the bottom to the top here is 48 inches, and the liftover, getting something out of the ground without these cabinets in the way, getting something out of the ground onto the load floor, is only 20 inches. Not bad at all. What about some of the safety systems on the Metris van? Well, you have hill start assist, lane keeping assist, blind spot assist, traction control, electronic stability control, and attention assist. And some of the packages that are installed on this particular Metris van are the premium safety package. It does have the cold weather package, the electric sliding door package that I talked about earlier and we'll show you again later. Does have the additional battery package and the drive comfort package. One thing before I leave this area I wanted to show you before we talk about the dimensions is one of the nice things with this rear hatch, it is not power assisted. You have to manually open and close it. But the cool part is when it's up like this, it actually will work as an awning in case there's inclement weather out. And you may see some snow and stuff on the ground that we had just last night. But it is kind of cool. It's a big opening, but it does provide you with a little protection from the elements when it is open. Okay, next up, let's talk about the dimensions. Okay, dimensions. Front track is 65.7 inches, rear track is 65 inches. Maximum width, 75.9 inches. Overall length, 202.4 inches. And without the camper top, 75.2 inches is the height. It rides on a 126-inch wheelbase, and it has a ground clearance of 5.4 inches. Now, the approach angle is 28.7 degrees, and the departure angle is 21.5 degrees. And it has a relatively tight 36.4 feet for turning circle. Its curb weight, 4,409 pounds. It does have a maximum payload of 2,205 pounds. And as I said before, it can tow up to 5,000 pounds. Fuel tank capacity is 18.5 gallons. So, what about this van's safety? Well, neither IIHS nor NHTSA have yet to rate the van, but I'm sure it's in queue and it will be rated. Performance, pretty slow, but 0 to 60, 10 seconds. However, the Ford Transit also takes 10 seconds to get to 60. Standing quarter mile is 17.2 seconds, and top speed, well, if you know that, leave a comment down below and let me know. We couldn't find anything on the top speed. 60 to 0 braking is only 124 feet, where the Ford Transit is 139 feet and the Ram ProMaster City takes 158 feet. So much better on the stopping here as well. So what about its appearance? Well, you know, I grew up in a time when camper and custom vans were omnipresent. To me, the looks and the shape of this vehicle are old hat. It's a van, and although there are a few character lines here and there, well, it's still basically a box on four wheels. But that's what a van is, right? Okay, dependability. Well, basic warranty is 3 years, 36,000 miles, and it does have a powertrain warranty, also 3 years, 36,000 miles. And Mercedes-Benz does offer roadside assistance for, again, 3 years and 36,000 miles. What about its economy? Well, 19 city, 23 highway with a 21 combined, and it has an energy impact score of 8.4 tons of CO2 emissions every year for each 15,000 miles driven. Well, that's my exterior view. Now, over to Nathan.
Thanks, Rob. And now I'm going to take you on a tour of the interior of the 2021 Mercedes-Benz Metris Getaway van. Let's get started. All right, so up in the driver's console, you've got an analog speedometer and fuel gauge on the left. You've got a digital information space here in the middle. And then on the far right, you've got, of course, an RPM gauge and an engine temperature gauge. Coming back to the steering wheel, you do have controls for the driver's information screen, that like 4.2-inch screen that's in the middle. That's what controls that. You do have phone and media voice command, and then some volume and a mute button over here, as well as a telephone hang-up button. And then you do have your gear selector, of course, standard Mercedes gear selector lever, which I really like. And then, of course, your windshield wiper stuff is, and turn signals are on the left. You do have paddle shifters if you want. This does have cruise control, and that lever is down below on the left side of the steering wheel. All right, moving back to the infotainment screen. Now, this is new for 2021, the 7-inch screen right here. It is a touch screen, and it does have Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, which is new. That is a wired connection through the USB ports that are just to the left of the stereo and down below the air vent. Has AM and FM radio, HD radio, and Sirius XM. And then, of course, it can be equipped with navigation. And it does have a 4G LTE Wi-Fi hotspot that's available with a subscription. All right, you do have some physical buttons right here on either side, which is always nice to see. So down below there, you do have a button to open the power sliding door on the driver's side, power sliding door on the passenger side, traction control off, and then hazards. You do have a single zone climate control, and all those buttons are physical, and they are all right here. Right. Down below that, you have some nice cup holders here. Down below that, you have some additional storage area right down in here. Now, moving over to the passenger side, you do have a lockable glove compartment. It's got a dampened opening, but it's not padded or anything on the inside, but it's fairly deep. All right, the mirror itself is a day-night mirror, and you just have a little switch down here to flip that to change. You got your reading lamps, you got your settings for the dome lights right here. All right, the sun visors do have a built-in mirror, and then a built-in light right now the car's not on, so that's why it's not on, but they are not telescoping. Right? All right, now what's really interesting is the second row and the back of this van. So let's take a step back there. All right, so stepping into the second row here, you do have a power switch to open and close your power doors on both sides. You also have cargo netting storage behind both driver and passenger seat. And then you have HVAC ducting in the middle here. You also have HVAC ducting in the ceiling. Okay? So you got a couple of different places that you're going to get your air from. But this does have an auxiliary rear heater, which is run from the front. Okay? This is actually a wood floor right here, and then these are all the locking places for this seat. Now, let's just talk about the seat for a minute here, because we have the top the bed is completely down, even though the top is up. So this is the height that you would be riding in. Right now, I've got about an inch of space between my head and the bed. Okay, there is no fold down center console or center armrest here, but you do have plenty of room for 3 passengers. So total of 5 passengers. Back in this area, you also have 4 additional speakers for the sound system. In addition to the privacy curtains, which you see behind me right here, additional air ducts right back in here, and then grab handles that will extend to help you get up. Now, let's talk about how you make this into a bed. So, what you got to do, lift up the cushion and pull it forward. Then you're going to flip it over. Okay. All right, so to fold the back down is real simple. There is a pull lever, and it's only on the driver's side. So you want to be on the driver's side when you do this, but you just pull it up, and then this just folds down. Now, this is the back of the bed. This is a separate piece that can be standing straight up, but you go to the back and you lay that down. So that's the bed. It'll fit a good 6 foot, 6'3" person in there, and you still will be completely on the bed. Now, you do notice that there are a couple of cup holders right here, and as well as 2 of the 4 speakers that are in the rear. Now, there's an additional bed upstairs, so we're going to take a look at that. Okay, so the top is already up, but it's very simple. You can see this little clip. Okay, so you push here, unpull the clip, and then there's a convertible type rotary knob that you twist like twice on each side, and then you can just simply push the top up. This is the bed. Now, right now it's down, so I'm just going to show you how easy it is to push it up. Okay, and while it's up, I'm going to show you a couple, 3 other things. One is you've got this zip window right here that'll zip completely all the way down. You've got an additional zip window in the front, and then you have another side window on the passengers. Okay. Now, in addition to that, if you don't want the screen, you can unzip the screen as well. All right, so I'm going to pull the bed back down. That's real easy to do. So there is an additional little piece right here you can see hanging down that you can pull forward, and it will snap into these little connections right here. So while you wouldn't want to lay on it, you can certainly set things on it. In addition to that, there is a storage area just above the passenger seat and the driver's seat, and both of them, it's big enough to hold a phone, a couple other maybe small things, and then each side has 2 USB-A chargers. Hey, the bed does actually have a spring underneath it, so it's a fairly comfortable mattress, and it is the same size as the one down here. Okay, so the nice thing is that both driver and passenger seat will swivel around so that you can face the people in the back here, and you can also have a table between you. So to do that, you have to position the seat correctly so that it won't hit the B-pillar, and I do have the door open there. But if you take this little red lever and you just pull it backwards, get it started, then you can just turn the seat right around. And now it doesn't necessarily lock in place, but you have a nice swivel area that you can swivel seat that you can sit on and have a conversation with the people in the back. Now, there is an additional table, and if I pull this out right here, and I take, you can open this drawer separately. It kind of takes a 2-person operation. But inside the drawer, you do have a table holder, so I'm going to close this back up again. And to simply slip this in here, I'll have to loosen this up a minute to get it to slide in. Okay, just position it, and then I'm going to show you where to get the table out of the back. Okay, so the table in the back is underneath this piece here, so if I lift this up, this is where your table is. And you've got 4 little clips. Will come straight out. All right, so you got this little swivel knob right here to connect. So again, This is kind of a two-person operation. There you would go. So that you would just screw it down. Probably would want two people to do that, but then you have this table, and this is what it would look like. Now, in addition to that, if you want to take the table outside, you can pull this. It's got a little clip area. These little pieces will fit inside, and then you close the latch over the top of them so that you can turn the table over, and then you can, of course, set this up outside. So, versatile table can be mounted right here without the legs up, or can be mounted inside or outside. All right, there are a few more features in the back that I'd like to show you. Okay. All right, so back here you have some additional storage area. And if I take and I pull this open, you're going to get a little, it kind of locks in place, which is nice. And then I can take this and pull it open. And you've got a cutting board. This one does come with a camper stove, which will run off the small gas bottles. And then you can set that on top of here. So you have a cooking surface area. Over here, if I bring this all the way out, you've got storage for some small cooking utensils right here, pots, pans, that kind of stuff. And then if I reach down here, you have a drawer for silverware. Right? We'll pop that back in. So since this one is locked in place, which is what you'd want, there is a tiny lever right here on both sides. You just push up on this one, push up on the one on the left, and then this drawer will slide right back in. Now, in addition to that, you do have additional privacy curtains, and if I unbutton them here for a minute, you'll kind of see that they have a track that they run on, and then you have, one on each side, so you can close it off completely. Want them out of the way? Just button them right back up again. And they will cover the entire back windows back here, the door windows, and then back across here. Now, that being said, not the only powered windows in the car are the front two. So everything in the back is just a solid piece of glass. All right. So then the other thing I'll point out right here in the second row is that if you pull this bar up, the seat is adjustable and you can see the notches. So all I gotta do is lift it up and pull the seat forward, and then it will lock into place. There are several increments you can get, so you can actually have some more room back there too if you want. And then just simply pull the lever back up, push the seat backwards, let the bar go, and then it will lock into place again. All right, and that's it for the interior of the 2021 Metris Getaway van. Back to Rob.
Well, that's our review of the 2021 Mercedes-Benz Getaway van, and we appreciate you spending some time with us. Don't forget to check out my notes in the description down below. And if you enjoyed this review, give us a like and leave a comment. Also, make sure to follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. And please take a moment to click that subscribe button right over there. Thanks for watching.